Hi, I'm your host, Lee Eller, and this is Not Your Mama's Podcast, where we discuss all things from current events and pop culture to astrology, tarot, and tanning our chi-chis from the lens of a millennial housewife. Let's fucking go. My next guest comes from a lineage of designers and entrepreneurs that has literally shaped the female fashion industry. Her grandmother was the designer and founder of Obad Lingerie, the first ever lingerie brand that made matching colored bras and undies, strapless bras, halter bras, bras that hook in the front, and get this, thongs. True story. In the late 50s, her family single-handedly converted the female undergarment norm from constricting girdles to freeing weapons of seduction. And her mission statement is very much to continue that legacy with designs of her own. In 2022, she launched her brand Helena Magdalena Design with her brother Paul, which incorporates immaculate and delicate design with chainmail that are meant to both seduce and protect. She is exquisite both inside and out. She is a dear friend, and she is someone I respect immensely. I'm going to start crying. Please welcome Helena! Did you like my intro?
Oh my God, did you write this?
Did you know that I was a good writer?
I need to hire you to write my show.
Consider that. By the way, I wrote this in 3 minutes on my way over here.
Wow.
I was doing research a little. Did I get it right?
Super right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the sad thing is that it's quite hard to find anything about my grandmother online. You find article about Obad, but not anything specific about my grandmother. Who made what Obad is.
I couldn't pronounce her name. Han. Where?
Hannah.
Hannah?
Hannah.
Wait, do we know about this? Did you realize this?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We'll get there. We'll explain. Guys, that's a big deal. Okay.
And so, yeah, it is quite hard to find anything about her online. Because the fact is that she didn't really get any credit about anything that she's done. When it's like the whole Obad his story is quite insane, actually. And she ended up being kind of, so she created Obad with my grandfather, and the whole family of my grandfather, because she was from Denmark, she was alone in France.
So she's your dad's side?
Yeah, she's on my dad's side.
Makes sense. Because her dad is like low-key Viking. Like he's the most attractive
completely Viking. Completely Viking.
Like long hair, looks like he came out of Game of Thrones. I don't know how they didn't cast him. Okay.
And so, yeah, she was alone in France and married my grandfather. They created the brand together, but it's the whole family of my grandfather that was working at Obad. Like everyone in the family was involved.
His family, but she was the designer.
But she was the designer. She made it what it was. And she was very she had a big alcohol problem, created a lot of drama, and she ended up being completely pushed away from the whole family, from the brand, and never got any credit, and no one ever really heard her story.
Was she together with your grandfather her whole life, or did they?
No, they got divorced. They got divorced, and at the divorce, basically my grandfather got everyone in the family to
ostracize her and not talk to her.
How do you say when you go against someone?
Turn sides. I don't know their word.
And so to change the story so she didn't get any credit, basically.
Wow.
And so she spent the rest of her life she gifted me some books that she wrote to explain everything to defend herself, because it was only her voice against everyone else.
It's so crazy to me that she freed so many women.
Yeah.
I'm getting the chills from myself.
Oh my God.
You. She freed women. Because nobody's wearing girdles today. I would not be able. What is a girdle? Is that the thing where they suck you in? Those are bustiers, right?
So yeah, basically before that, lingerie didn't exist. It was just plain cotton, underwear and corsets.
Yeah. And like they used to wear those when they were like pregnant too. Like women would like, right? Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
And I just, you know that I like sometimes think that history isn't real and like it couldn't have been real that happened.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, we're born and then people give us history books and they're like, this was your history. And then I read it and I'm like, no, this is like some crazy author just wrote us this random shit that used to happen.
Yeah.
And there's no way that happened. Do you ever feel like that?
I feel like that. And I also feel like in like, for example, like 25 years from now, people are going to think that about how we live, you know? And I'm like, what are they going to think? Like, what are they going to feel like that about?
I mean, times are pretty crazy right now.
Yeah.
But you know how people are like, times have never been this crazy. Like, what scares me is that like, it's fucking been crazier. Like, this isn't even bad. Like, that's crazy. But first of all, that story is crazy, but I just want you to know where I got this information from.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know who's running the Obad website. Have more Topo Chico. They're not paying for this shit yet. I read the website and, you know, we're all about energies here. And you know my superpowers, I feel like more than so many people. Like a lot of people don't, like they're like, yeah, she has superpower. Like, you know that shit. She's nodding her head, guys. That means she knows. But when I was reading, I was like, I almost felt like I was doing a tarot reading because I was like, I don't know so much about this woman, but what am I receiving?
Yeah.
And I actually didn't even know your grandfather's name. It's not mentioned on the website, actually.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that? Maybe it is. I didn't see his name when I did research, and I want you to know that. Her name was on the website.
No way.
Yes. And I want you to know that maybe she didn't feel liberated in her life, but she did liberate herself. And everybody, like, I mean, I literally was just saying, I'm not wearing a thong today. I had to check if I was still wearing any underwear. I am, but what would we be without thongs? I mean, Chris, are you wearing a thong?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All right. I'm going to say you got to try it.
And it's actually funny because for me,
I'll cut this out if you don't want to be in my podcast.
No.
I
love me. You love me. Okay, I love you too.
What's funny is that for me, I grew like, it's almost like I didn't even know that there were other things than lingerie. Like every single day I wear like very pretty lingerie. And then a few years ago, I was dating a man and he was like...
A man.
A man.
Just to be specific, we'll get there in a minute. This time it was a man. It's a rare occasion, but it was one time.
This time it was a man and he was like, wow, you never wear like underwear, you only wear lingerie. And I was like, oh, I didn't know there was such a thing as like regular, you know what I mean?
No, I have no fucking idea. You mean you didn't know there was like lacy cute stuff?
No, I didn't know that there was non-lacy cute stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a personality issue.
And I actually bought my first cotton underwear like 3 months ago.
First of all, it's really hot in here and I get why you guys are doing that. It's because of the noise, right?
Correct.
Okay, because my titties are sweating, but I also feel like it's like a sauna and we're going to like expel a lot of crazy shit. Wait, you didn't know that there was... What did you wear as a child?
Probably nothing, honestly.
Well, you are like your dad, you're part Viking. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, like we grew up, you know, we like mostly grew up in, I grew up in like Hawaii for the first 2 years of my life.
Wait, okay, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Do I know you? I don't think I want to talk about not knowing you for a second because I was so humbled, by the way. Like even reading this website, I was so humbled to do the research. Like I was like, and it's something I've always felt about you. And I think it's something electric. And I think Chris fucking felt it when you walked in the room. There's something about you that is so approachable, but so unattainable. And it's not like, I'm not hitting on you, but like, I'm not hitting on you.
Are you sure?
You're so horny. When was the last time you got laid? It's hot here.
It's the hormones.
It's the hormones. I want to know what the hormones are all about. But like I know her like cues. This bitch is ready to go. It's like 10:46. She's ready to go. She's ready to go. I don't know what we're talking about. No, but like, I feel like I know you, even though really we don't know each other so much anymore. It is what it is. There was like a period in time where we did. And then since then, it's just hanging on to like what I think I knew about you, which is honest. And it's just, I don't really know anyone anymore outside of my own children, which is like beautiful, but also sad.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And you get
too.
to like know someone different every day. And because at this age, they change so much too. So it's like so much you're like keeping up.
It's been really fun
All
the
right.
last 40 hours. I wish you knew how it went, but I'm not going to get into that now. We'll talk about it in a second, actually, because I need your input on this. But there's just something about you that's like, I see, and I wrote to you, but I feel like you're protected by your ancestors. And it's like, I didn't even ask you if you're still getting royalties from Obad, because I already know that you don't. I just feel that I know that you don't.
Yeah. And that's also crazy.
Isn't it crazy? I want to hear about that. But the reason why I say that, and I was like, you're a Gemini. We got to talk about that. You're a Gemini. Gemini is all about like detachment, but also like you're like very mercurial. So it's very like Mercury is the sign that rules communication. So actually, even though you say this isn't your element, like you can go anywhere and you're just a communicator. You don't have to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like your parties are iconic parties that you throw. Like tell me about like who do you decide? How do you decide who to bring to your parties? Like they're so fun.
How do I decide who I bring to my parties? I don't know. It's as you say, like I'm not a communicator with voice. So like I'm very in tune with like how I feel around someone. And if I feel good around someone, like I'm interested in like being around them. And so that's how that's how they get a ticket.
No, but it's true. Like, because it's not like I'm saying it's like exclusive. No, it's just like it's so, like if you were to just take a photo and not like speak, you'd be like, these are the most interesting people I've met. It's like I feel like you're like a modern Andy Warhol.
Okay,
like,
I like that.
Do you know what I mean? Like Andrea Warhola. Because we have but the reason
Areola.
What is it? Hora?
Areola.
Oh, I love that. Like areola.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Show them your tits. We've been here 10 minutes. No, but it's a room of interesting people. And it's like, I wrote this line down, which like isn't so profound, but it was kind of profound. I want to talk about your fashion in a hot second, but when you're so connected with the physical beauty, but it has nothing to do with that. And it's so fucking wild that you make these iconic pieces that are beautiful, that are actually even like utilizable. Like you can fuck you can like not be raped because of your shoe. You have to talk about them in a second. That's sick, but it has nothing to do with the vanity. Am I right about that?
Oh,
like,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. It's like
not sponsored.
I'm gonna say like one of my strongest memory as a teenager is like, well, multiple, like I would always hear like adults telling me like, you know, the way you present yourself, the way you dress is like quite dangerous, you know, you're gonna attract problem for yourself. And then one day, like that's one of the strongest memory was my dad telling, like I was dressed to go to school or something. And he like talked to me and he was like, you gotta change because you know there are people out there that are gonna like treat you a certain way if you like.
What were you wearing and how old?
I honestly have no memory of what I was wearing.
Because you probably were wearing nothing.
I always had quite of a little bit of an outrageous style, but like not, you know.
It wasn't
not like completely insane, you know, just like just
insane.
subtle.
Yeah.
And so yeah, my dad told me like, oh, if you're gonna wear this type of thing, you're gonna attract problem, like it's dangerous. And I thought to myself like, oh wait, so you are asking me to change, to tame myself, because other people are gonna have bad behaviors if I am myself. And I think at this point, like that's when I decided that like as a woman, being yourself is like the strongest like act of love for for womankind. Because it's the only way that like the world is gonna evolve in favor of women. And then because like, you know, like we're so used to like be tamed and just like act in a way where it's like to protect ourselves, but from like something that it shouldn't even be here. And so I think it's more like about like getting the world used to women being themselves and like be okay with that, you know?
What do you remember what you did did you change your outfit?
I never did actually.
I love it.
I never did. I was like,
I fucking didn't either. Like it's not about the outfit for me, but you know me. And I know that like in Williamsburg, whatever, where like you are, I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Like, we're fucking crazier people.
Yeah.
But not in specific regions like that when I'm just in the fucking world. If I had a nickel for every fucking time somebody told me, you need to tame yourself.
Yeah.
And actually, this podcast is kind of like a good friend. And I actually told her, I love you. But she knows how she said she was like a new friend of mine in like motherhood. Because, it's a whole different game. Now I'm making friends who are mothers. And it's really hard because a lot of times I'm like, I wouldn't connect with you otherwise.
Yeah. But
my friends are all whores in Greenpoint. Nobody's getting abortion. So I'm the only one. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my.
No, not you. You're in Williamsburg. But like, no, because it doesn't make sense that I'm doing what I'm doing. It doesn't make sense that I have fallen into this, like, I'm not going to say basic because that's not the word, like motherhood is exceptional. But I, with all of what's in me, has found myself in a normal place. I'm a wife and a mother. Like, my mother at my wedding, after I got married, I'll never forget. I think I told you this. She said, you really surprised me. And I said, why? She goes, I never thought you'd get married. I knew you'd get engaged a few times and think about it, but I never thought you'd actually do it. You are a free spirit and people don't realize that. And it's like the fact that I'm such a free spirit, but I somehow make it sometimes look like I'm just like everyone else in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do get to be your free self in your marriage, and that's amazing. Making it possible for you to have both.
It's crazy that I found the most lovely person.
Yeah.
And like someone I respect and who literally would never say to me,
like, don't.
Yeah. Like, I think I posted a picture of my nipples the other day and I wrote like, do my nipples match my lip liner? And because it was funny because I was like, oh, they're the same color. Yeah. And I did it for the girls. Like, my girls thought it was funny. But then like a couple of my friends' husbands started messaging me and I'm like, all right, this is shady. I'm deleting this. And then I went to my husband. He would never like kill me for doing that. But I was like, oh my God, I feel like I shouldn't have done that. And he goes, okay, well, why'd you do it? And I'm like, I thought it would be funny. He goes, all right. And I know that. But like, just so you know, that will attract. He wasn't mad at me. Yeah. He wasn't like, I'm going to fucking leave you. He's like, I know who I married. But like you're naive and people don't think you're naive, but you are.
Yeah.
But that's going to happen. So pay attention and just don't do it again. And the fact that I found a straight man who is so traditional, but so crazy, like in that way. But I really want to ask you something. So first of all, that story about your dad is it touches so deep. How did you feel? Like, do you feel the same about your dad as you always, like, how is your relation to him as like a straight male? I know that's a weird thing, but a straight male who does have a certain way of thinking about women do you feel like he's adjusted? And do you feel, I'm asking this from a personal place, and I have a son now, so I'm grappling with this. How do you feel about straight men? Is that a weird question, or do you get it?
Honestly, I don't really generalize anything this way, really.
Okay, so I'm
although I did have experience.
It's okay, I'm the problem. I'm the problem with America. It's fine. Okay.
No, I did have an experience this weekend actually, where I felt extremely mad, against straight men.
Okay, thank you. I'm not the only... Chris?
Are you straight?
I'll be the punching bag.
Chris, I love you. It's gonna get dirty.
I'm aware.
Okay, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know.
And you're very straight looking.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't... No offense. You're handsome, but like straight. Okay, yeah. I want to know more. Because people are going to think I'm crazy for asking this question, but you fucking get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, and it's not the kind of thing that I think about, like, really, like, it's actually funny that you asked me that because, like, 3 days ago, I would have been like, I don't know, like, I don't really think about straight men, like, as a thing, just like...
Yeah, I didn't either until I had a son.
But actually, this weekend, like, something happened and it made me feel extremely mad. And what happened? I'm going to try to say this in a way that is... Okay.
So, you're in a safe space and everyone watching is good. Like, we attract good people. Yeah. I just want you to know that.
So basically...
I'm just kidding. We love Chris.
I went to a party of friends that, like, we're not super close. We used to like party a lot together, but like I kind of extracted myself from that group because I don't...
I know who it is.
No, I don't think.
Oh, I haven't been to this person's apartment.
No.
Okay, never mind. Continue.
I kind of extracted myself from that group because it was just a lot about parties and that's just not where I was anymore. But he invited me to a party he threw this weekend, and I came with one of like my dearest friends. She's actually like much younger than me.
Okay.
So she feels like a little sister.
Oh.
I always feel like very like protective of her. And she had been like battling with like addiction a little bit. And I knew about that. So I felt like I wanted to support her in that. And anyway, I took her to this party, and this like friend, like the person who invited me, went to, he's like in his late 40s or 40s.
Okay.
And she's like she is in her early 20s. And he came to her and immediately like offered her a drug.
Right off the bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
he knew about the addiction issue?
I don't think he knew.
So it wasn't like harmful.
But, you know, like he barely knows her.
Yeah.
She's like half your age. Like if she asks you drug, that's something. But if you like, and he didn't ask her once, he has asked her multiple times, like, do you want drug? I have this. What do you want? And she kind of like was like, she wanted it, but I think she's kind of like battling a little bit. So she kind of kept pushing, but then kind of like knew she was like eventually gonna give in.
She did? And were you there like?
No, and the moment that she told me like, oh, like I want to do like drug, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna do this. Like, let's just go home.
Yeah.
And she was like, no. And that like she kind of regressed at that moment. And I took her by the hand. I pulled her out and I like took her away from the party. And then we went home. And at the beginning, she was kind of upset. And then as soon as we like got down the stairs and arrived in the street, she was like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. Like, she was like, I don't know why I wanted, like, you know, she was so grateful. And it took her like 30 seconds to like go from like, no, I want to do it, let me do it. And to like being grateful, you know?
Oh my God. How did that feel?
And I was like, we were in the street and I was like jumping. I was jumping and took her by the hand and we were like, and I was like, let's just get some pizza and like, blah. Anyway, and then she told me, and I didn't know at the time that he offered her multiple times, you know, like
you saw it just one time?
Yeah.
You saw it? That's why you pulled?
Yeah.
You didn't know he kept doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she told me, and I was like, wait, so he's double your age. He in a way, he goes after younger women because he knows they're a little more vulnerable than older women. He's going after someone that he probably think as being a little more vulnerable, and he offers drug. By the way, he probably doesn't do half of these drugs himself.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
He doesn't even do them?
Like, I remember...
I want to know what drugs it was. Was it like, are we talking about meth or coke?
We were talking about coke, yeah.
Okay, because meth is like, I don't even want to be in the same room. That's not... If we're going to do a drug, it's not going to be meth, okay? Okay.
And so like, it felt like he was going after someone that he saw as being a little bit vulnerable because of her age. And wanted almost to make her a little more vulnerable using drugs. And then going after the next thing that he wanted from her. You know what I mean? Like...
So why does that tie in? I get what you're saying, and he happens to be a straight man.
Yeah.
But is that where you're going with this?
Well, yes, absolutely. It's like, no, I think it's, and somehow like, this is the type of behavior that like, in a way happened to me when I was younger. And I was never super fully aware, even like partially aware, but it never really like made me, like it only made me mad because I saw it from the outside and I saw it from like a perspective of wanting to be protective. Like I tend to be more protective over others than I am over myself sometimes.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's so fun. I see you as someone who, one of the reasons, and maybe you are and you just don't realize, but I actually see you as someone who does protect yourself. And that's something that I envy because I don't know how.
And I do think that one of the reasons why sometimes I don't feel like I'm so protective about myself is because I think I'm so strong.
Okay, well, there it is. I was right. So I know I'm weak. I know I'm weak, which is why I think God or like source energy gave me this like I have a very strong voice that tells you I know what I want. You know what I mean? I'm very aware of how I sound, but I'm like inside I'm fucking scared all the time. Like I have a daughter, you know, Mika, she's a fucking warrior. She came out iconic. She's had a really tough last 2 days. She broke out in hives everywhere. We don't know what it's from.
No way.
And then there's the mom in me, and then there's like the energetic receiver. And the mom is like, get her on Benadryl and take her to a doctor. And then the receiver is like, no, I know why. I have to figure out why it's happening. But in the moment, right now, quickly, I'm not in my element. I'm in some Airbnb where it's dusty. It's not my home. I'm just going the easy Western route because I don't trust myself yet to do what I know is right, which is actually to put her in a bathtub with like tea bags of chamomile. Like I know I have to do that, but I'm giving her Benadryl. Yeah. But that's a whole different thing. The point is, it's important for me to instill in her, like, we want to send her to like jujitsu or like karate, because I was so taken advantage of. I was taken advantage of in middle school. Not taken advantage, but like I was kind of picked on and bullied until I wasn't. I was very popular in high school. But before that, I was like, the most. Were you ever bullied, or were you always well received?
I don't think I was bullied, but I was at one point. I was like a little bit of the weirdo.
Really?
Yeah,
for like a minute.
Yeah, like a couple years. But I do think I was weird.
I mean, I know I was weird, but I always take pride in that though, because I was never not seen. I was always the most fucking bullied. Yeah, I was the most fucking popular, by the way, in high school. Like, you did not fuck with me. But I was never not seen. And were you like that?
Yeah, and I think it kind of comes back to like being yourself, You were maybe bullied because you were being yourself, and then at this age, like if you don't get into a mold, that's how you're cool. But when like these people that are like a little weird or like being bullied when they were younger, they grow up to be like the coolest and like...
I mean, I don't feel cool right now. No,
I'm telling you.
I love you. No, but I feel that way. But it's like in middle school, something happened. He wasn't trying to like rape me or anything. It was just we were in the elevator and there were 3 guys. One of them ended up being my boyfriend later on because I'm like that crazy. But he was very popular in his grade, and they were like picking on me. They were like making fun of me, and I was the only girl in there. And we were like in 6th grade. He was in 7th grade.
What is 6th grade? Sorry.
I don't know, Chris. Yeah. Like, why are you here? Are you a part of my podcast?
I might be.
Okay. Move to Miami. Do you like titties?
For sure.
Yeah, you look like a tit guy.
I'm actually not. I'm an ass guy.
You're an ass guy?
Yeah, but who doesn't love a good tit?
No, hold on. I never met a Taurus ass guy.
Really?
I dated a Taurus for 4 years.
I'm an anomaly. I don't know what to tell you. Definitely ask guy though.
Okay, well, I can't help you there. But Miami can. Yeah. Everyone's fake.
Yeah.
No, but everyone's beautiful. No, not everyone's fake. We have to cut that out. A lot of people I love are from Miami, and they're very real, but they have fake asses. I love you guys. Your asses are fake. You know it. You went to the fucking doctor. I still love you. Okay. I don't want to hurt, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because I love all the people like tuning in, but also like guys, call a spade. Doctor, whatever, did your ass. Okay, enough about that. You're doing the research? I feel like this is broken.
12 years old.
Okay.
Anyway.
Love you!
Love you too.
Do I have to pay extra for that?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 to 12 years old. Well, good question. Okay, that's a good... So he was in the elevator, they were making fun of me, and then he started grinding his butt into me like as like a joke to like be funny. It wasn't a sexual act.
Yeah.
I felt violated. So immediately, I was a rat, and I went to the fucking dean or whatever. And I told her what happened. He got suspended. I will say that for years afterwards, his entire grade hated me. A girl who right now, I'm not going to say her name. She is the most famous influencer in the world. She came from my school. She was a year older. No, she not anymore. She was the first influencer. Everybody knows who she is. Maybe now she's not as famous as she was. Iconic. Someone I respect, who I think now doesn't even know that happened. But if I were to talk to her as a mother, she'd be like, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I was hated. And my takeaway from that was I learned marketing. I learned how to market. I'm like, okay, it's not being received well. Unfortunately, my harassment isn't being received well. What's more important to me, being right or being received well? And I think I had this marketing thing in my body always, because it turns out I did, because I ended up marrying someone who gets it. And while I'm like kind of in the back right now because I'm doing my thing, but I was like, I need to be well liked. That's how I win.
Wow.
So I ended up, without even knowing, I was just that
of course.
person.
It's all like unconscious.
All unconscious. I ended up, those people who made fun of me ended up being my best friends. He never really, I said sorry to him once, which I would never fucking do. I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, by the way. He turned out to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
These aren't bad people. He was just making fun of me because it was funny and I was in the fucking elevator. But I ended up turning all those people into like people who were like really obsessed with me at one point. But that's not a beautiful story. That's sad. That is a sad story. Like, is that a good story?
I mean, it's a story that didn't start very well. Like it wasn't.
Did it end well? Who cares if I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is my issue. It's like, did we get anywhere? I don't know if I got anywhere.
I think you did because but I think you did because maybe immediately it was not a good story, but now it is because you learn from, even if the first reaction was maybe you perceive this as a mistake right now or whatever. Like now with like multiple years after, you learn from even the reaction that you had. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do. But unfortunately, and I don't hate straight men. I just don't trust many of them, which is really sad. But I think straight men are evolving. Like, they're like, Chris is nice.
Yeah.
Like, Chris is nice. No, like, I think that like, and you know what's interesting when you're saying the story about your friend, you know what hit me? Kind of like I just received when you were talking. You were saying out, because it's not like it's a tale as old as time that older men are making younger hot women vulnerable so they can fuck them. It's like, it's not a conversation.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm realizing. I used to think aging, because I'm aging now. Like, I'm really I'm aging. I'm like 34. We're not in our 20s anymore. Like, oh my God. Wait, how old are you now? 29?
29.
Okay, you've been years. Now you're coming to the dark side. I'm actually
excited. I've always been so excited about like aging.
What age do you feel like you have always been? You know, like there's like a perpetual age. Like I'll be 100, but I think I'll always be 16. Like, yeah. Sure. What's your age? I feel like you're like a hot 41.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Are you a hot 41? What are you, Chris?
I'm 27.
Okay. Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but like forever? Are you high?
No.
The first I walked in here, I never met this man. I was like, hey, who are you? He's like, Chris, are you high? He's like, what?
Well, it seems like you guys know each other for it seems like forever.
I've never met Chris. I was like, let's fake it and pretend that we've got this under control so Helena feels comfortable. I'm so fucking nervous.
It's called chemistry.
It worked.
What?
It's called chemistry.
Oh my God, love that. No, but I want to, but here's what's crazy. And I'm happy you're excited about it because I realized something. I was scared of aging because I feel like at some point I was like a hot, like young, like hot and like, and you know, I talked to you about like my weight recently postpartum, how I've been holding on to like pounds and it's like driving me crazy because I like just feel like I'm a skinny, hot, stupid girl, but like I'm like a mom with like some meat on her bone. Well, I've lost weight since then. Sorry. Okay. And sorry to the microphone. Not sorry for losing weight. That's great. Let's embrace our eating issues. I don't have any eating issues. I like to eat. What was the point? But I realized like, and then I see guys looking at girls the way they used to kind of look at me when I was in that, and I didn't want it. And I realized something. I was like, oh, because I have a fear that isn't real. It's an irrational fear. I live in Miami, which is something that is shaping me right now. And it's not an uncommon thing for a married man to be having several girlfriends. They know that they're married. They consider themselves self-respecting women. And I've had somebody who I respected and to like say to me, well, I know he's married. He says he's not going to be with her anymore, even though I don't think that's true. And I shit you not, this is what happened. I was not going to go on a date with him, but my therapist told me, if you don't go on a date with him, somebody else will. And I told my husband this.
Wow.
He's like, her therapist, this time like therapy in Miami is a whole different thing.
My
like,
God.
That's what he's like, if you don't go on a date with him, some other bitch will. I'm like, is this a clinical psychologist who gave you this information?
Wow.
True story. But so that kind of scares me because my husband, you know him, he's the best. We're very much in love. He's also a very big personality who is only rising in like his notoriety. People love and it's only a matter of time before like hot young girls pick up on who he is and like start throwing themselves at him. That's what I think. I think because they care about power and money. It's not always about looks, but he's handsome. But you know, and the older he gets, the more. But the point, I thought, and I know him so well, and I'm like, yeah, he might think that's like hot, but he specifically takes pride. He specifically takes pride, and like he loves Joe Rogan. You know who that is?
No.
I love that you know who that is. He's a huge podcaster. Actually, the highest netting podcaster I think in the world. He made $600 million with Spotify deal.
I think it was 300. Maybe the new one was 600.
Well, lucky for him, I doubled his salary. You're welcome, Joe. Married. He's a Leo. His wife's a Cancer, like me and Gabby. Married. He has 2 daughters. I don't think he cheats on his wife. I think he loves her. And Gabby respects it. He's like, no, how cool that they have a family. And that's never.
I mean, I really don't picture Gabby ever.
I hope not.
You know what I mean?
But
just feels like
doesn't feel
out of.
He's just not his thing.
Yeah.
I know he looks, and that kind of turns me on because it motivates me to like want to be hotter. I'm like into that. I'm like a little kinky. I'm like, good, look, watch porn. I'm gonna be fucking hotter. But the point is, like, when you told me about this story, I'm like, I think I figured something out. It's not the tale we thought it was. It's not just older guys thinking younger girls are hot. They're hot, but it's that the older men who are going for the girls who are substantially younger than them, I think they don't have self-respect. I think they don't think that they're good enough for a woman who's wise. And we don't look at men like that. We look at women like that. She doesn't have enough self-respect, so she's why don't we give them the good grace of saying, hold on, instead of hating them, hold on a second, we haven't given them grace. He doesn't think he's valuable enough to be with a beautiful woman closer to his own age. He thinks he's that shitty. He has to drug someone to fuck her. Holy shit.
Good point.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And now it makes me want to hug and have sex with all straight men. I want adopt a straight man for 25 cents a month. We need like pictures of straight men in the wilderness. This is laughing. We need like straight men, like you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I honestly feel like it might be a different agenda for everyone, or they probably come from different places, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's not, again, like it's not a general thing.
I know, but I do want to talk.
But it does. Enough. It's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
I mean, I did have like a very much older friend at the time, and I wanted to help. He was like around like 50.
Okay.
And I wanted to help him he wanted to meet a woman, so I wanted to help him do like a Tinder profile.
Okay, cute.
And he wanted to set his age to find women that are only under 30.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait, what?
I don't know what to tell you. I give the best head and I'm 34.
And he's like, yeah, I just don't think like me and a woman that's like over 40 are going to want the same thing, or like,
well,
I don't think
he wanted kids, no? Because then it makes sense. A woman over 30 or 40.
No, it's not really.
I'm giving him the benefit. All right, he's an asshole. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I really just don't understand where that comes from, you know? But
yeah, I guess I want to try to like be more compassionate.
Yeah.
Because I do have a son, and I don't want him to like, there's a part of me that's like, I'm going to teach him to open doors for me and for Mika and for like his sister. And he's going to do those things. But I don't want it to come from a place of like, I'm taking out all my resentment.
Why would you want him to open doors?
Exactly. Now I'm like, why am I even doing that? She can open a door for him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Because listen, I know that this is unpopular belief, but I also like chivalry.
Yeah.
I don't think that's anti-feminist. And that's where I differ with the people around like Brooklyn where I stay when I'm here.
Yeah. I think chivalry as a choice.
Yeah, no, I don't need a man to open a door for me, but I fucking like it. Yeah, it turns me on.
And I like to, open doors for my girlfriends too.
Wow. Can you open a door for me? No.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to switch gears a little bit because we can go deep and hard, but I have a really random question. Give me your routine in the morning. Let's just go. What do? You wake up. Do you have sex right away?
So lately my routine has been a little off. I don't know why.
You don't know why?
I don't.
You had any major change in your life recently? No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No, it changes like. I mean, I always go through changes, so it's just like changes almost like normal. But my usual routine will be like waking up at like 7:30. I make a smoothie.
What's in your smoothie?
My favorite smoothie. So I kind of like, I always kind of knew, but like I understood the importance of like eating all the colors quite recently.
In one smoothie, all of them in one smoothie?
So like I try to like put as many colors as possible like in everything that I eat.
Oh, I love that.
So I would put I will fresh squeeze oranges, 3 oranges.
Oh my God.
Wild blueberries, wild organic blueberries.
Wild.
They have to be wild.
No tamed blueberries in this shit.
Do not tame the blueberries.
Yeah, no, fuck no. Okay, they're from like the Catskills. She picked them at Lake George last week. Okay.
So we have some kale.
Okay. You squeeze the oranges before you put it in the smoothie?
Yeah.
Fresh. How long does this take?
Yeah.
The whole morning. Okay.
So we have some kale, banana, and hemp seed.
Okay, I love that. I think
So we are missing a color, but I catch on it.
What color are you missing? There's so many colors you're missing. Red.
Well, red. Yeah, I guess
beets?
red and orange. I started doing meat.
Orange juice is orange. You're right.
Yeah.
Wait, you started doing beets? You started doing beets?
Beets or meat?
Wait, meat you put in your smoothie? Wait, what is happening? Am I high? Wait, you're missing colors. You put out every color in the smoothie.
No, I'm not putting anything, every color in the smoothie. I try to put everything like,
Got it.
but it needs to taste good still, you know?
No, it needs it. Beets are good. Do you like borscht?
I love.
I have to give you the best
Borscht.
place in Greenpoint that I just discovered. I eat once a day now. And then I vomit my meal. No, I'm just kidding. This is like the anti-2024. Like, we've come so far. And I'm like, let's bring it back to bulimia. I'm actually quite healthy with the way I eat. I swear. I'm ready to like lose the baby weight. It's something, whatever. They have the best borscht. I have to give you, I think it's called Polka Dot.
Okay.
It is so good. I have like, and they have a lot of vegetarian, vegan stuff, which whatever you don't need. They do a lot of pork. I don't eat pork. But they have these like zucchini fried pancakes. I'm hungry. And I eat it with the borscht. It is so good.
Oh my God.
So there, you'll get your colors in. Okay, so you make a smoothie. Do you do it with Hannah? Like, do you guys wake up together all the time? Or?
Yeah, that's one of the things I really love about her. She like wakes up super early. So we wake up early together. She usually like go and watch her fish in her pond. Or
I can't.
and I make a smoothie for both of us.
Who's the better cook? You're gonna say you.
I think we have such different cooking
I
styles.
think she's the better cook. Okay, like I love you, but I'm gonna call the bullshit.
I mean, we have different cooking styles. I like the way I cook because that's, you know.
I love you so much. No, you have different cooking styles. I've never seen her. Well, I've never really I've seen you like make things.
But actually, she's a great cook, and most of the time when she cooks is because I'm like, oh, I'm really craving this right now. So she's
do that with Gabby.
She's gonna like cook that. So
I do that with Gabby. Gabby's such a good cook. I'm like, I'm really craving a 4-hour stew with a biscuit. He'll like find a recipe. I'll eat the best thing I've ever eaten.
Next time I see him, I'll be like, I really crave those shiitake mushrooms.
I forgot about those. Those are the best.
I never did. I never forgot.
Oh my God, you guys. It's like shiitake bacon. Oh my God, it's so good. All right, so that's your morning.
So, and then I usually go to like a class.
Like a workout class.
What are
we doing? Yoga, Pilates?
I do. So I've mostly done bar these past few months. Yeah, love.
You love bar?
Yeah. It just like, I feel like it strengthened me from like such a like deep.
It's core
deep.
work.
Yeah. And yeah, I just love to feel strong.
I love that.
And
I'm surprised you like bar. Have you tried Pilates with Reformer?
Yeah, I like that too. But
I got to take you somewhere in Miami if you come.
Yeah.
It's the best place. It's Reforming Pilates. I want to get her on the podcast, the creator. I think she's a Gemini too. I have to check. It's like become an institution and they fuck you. They fuck your core.
Oh, what is it called?
Reforming Pilates. Okay. They just like go, they pummel your core. I did it all of my pregnancy and I feel so strong.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I used to do, what is it called?
I don't know.
You've done it. The reformer.
Boxing.
No, with the reformer, but it's like a specific place.
Oh, solid core?
Solid core.
That's insane. I can't even get through a class. It feels unattainable. Have you gotten through a class and done the stuff?
Yeah, I have.
Wow.
I used to go like twice a week.
It's insane. Is that not an insane class? Or SLT or solid core?
It's quite solid core. It's quite intense. But it's like harder than bar. But at the end of the day, I feel like bar is getting me like stronger.
It probably is. If like so. Also different. Like I feel like different workouts serve purpose at different times in your life.
Yeah.
But like you want to humble a straight man, bring him to solid.
Yeah.
Bring him to Pilates reformer.
Yeah.
I went to a Pilates class
and
to kick my ass.
Did you cry?
I did. Internally.
Were you the only man?
I was.
Did you do it on a date for a girl?
No. I thought honestly it worked out better than I thought it would have. There were no guys there at all, but it was like supposed to be a singles thing, and it was kind of sick actually.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna go back?
No, probably not. But,
Chris, this isn't about you.
okay.
I'm just kidding.
That had me right in my core.
Chris, I was asking you questions. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
No, I love you.
Love you too.
No, you're my new best friend. Wait, so you're gonna go back?
Probably not.
See? You want to humble a straight man, send their ass to Pilates. You do a class twice a week, you said, or every day?
I do a class twice a week.
I love that.
I used to do boxing too, which I love.
No, you don't remember this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was your first boxing class. Do you understand something? I was your first boxing class. I know that we're not close. I know we don't really know each other that well anymore, and I love you, but I was there for so many beginnings. I was there the second time that you were in Morocco when you found the silk people who I think ended up not being sustainable at all. And I was like, Helena, I don't feel that this is sustainable. You're like, it's from a cactus. I'm like, this shit is not. This is from the sweat of a small Bedouin baby. You're like, no, it's authentic. What happened with those materials?
Oh my goodness.
I don't want the Moroccan embassy to call me and show me.
I held on to this belief for so long. And what I found out is that it actually used to be like something that traditionally they make this silk with aloe vera.
Oh yeah, I remember the aloe vera.
But now with like mondialization, it just comes from China and
the intention. They came from China. I didn't know that. They came from China.
It came from China,
and they didn't tell you.
No. It's like it was a whole scam.
Oh my God. No, and
I honestly,
intention was good.
The thing is that I honestly wonder if like some of them knew, themselves.
Of course they knew. How would they not know? They said they were making it?
No. They will help me finding places to buy it,
I don't believe that the people that helped you thought it was. Yeah. I thought they.
And then one day I was going from places to places to find where it came from. And one day I met this very sweet Moroccan man, and he was like, I have to tell you.
He told you?
Yeah, and he told me. And we actually he was an older Moroccan man with a family and kids, and we ended up being friends, and he would invite me in his family, and we would still do some work together, but
he told you the truth though?
But he told me the truth, yeah.
I really appreciate
and it's the funny thing is that it was his business. He could have made a lot of money of me.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I think Moroccan culture is beautiful. Obviously, I'm half Moroccan, but I that's my dad's side, and we have a very.
Wow, I forgot you were.
Because I don't speak about my dad or whatever. But do you remember that when we were there, they knew I was Moroccan? They were like Maghreb, which means Moroccan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you know? They're like, your eyes. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. No, but it's weird. I feel that this is my last.
Didn't you get in trouble for drinking? Because we were there during Ramadan, no?
It was during Ramadan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They were all hangry during the day.
Yeah.
What did I get in trouble for? Probably.
Drinking water, I think, or something.
Oh, my God. I'm not surprised. I get in trouble for drinking water all the time. People are like, can you stop fucking drinking so loudly? I'm like, it's my personality. No, but it's a beautiful culture. I think that, whatever, side note, I think that this is my last karmic incarnation that I have Moroccan roots. I think that you know what I mean?
You're done with it?
I think I'm done with it. No, I think it was a part of my culture for so long, but everything in my life has gotten me away from it. I ended up marrying in Jewish, it's Ashkenaz, which is he's actually both. He's Sephardic. He's white and brown, basically. He's Egyptian and Polish. But our traditions, and I'm Moroccan and Russian. So I think that whatever, it's just into everything we do is so Western that I'm like, I think this is the last incarnate, but it's cool that it's in my roots.
Yeah.
So that's a morning. And then when do you go to what else?
And so yeah, like I come back from my class, get ready, play some Madonna.
Okay.
And
I love her.
And then I open the store at 11.
How's that been? How's retail? Is it like every day is like a different day? Like, or do you have days that nobody comes in, days that like so many, like people, it's always full, right?
It's interesting. It's unpredictable. We usually have a lot of fun.
I mean, why do you actually have a store? Is it just to have fun? I think that's the best. No, it does well. You guys do.
No, it does super well.
Yeah.
We actually, this summer was a little like challenging because we actually like share a space with a coffee shop. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't have their coffee. I'm sure it's good.
And it's super good, but they do like a strawberry matcha that went viral on TikTok.
I love that.
And you know, most of our sales happen in the weekend.
I didn't know that.
Usually.
Oh, because people are out in like Williamsburg.
Yeah, not in these past 2 months because they went viral on TikTok. So on the weekend there is a huge line of people like in front of our store. And people just like literally hang out in front of our door and like put their chair, like move the coffee table chair and like put in like in front of our door. So that like for the past 2 months that has been like a little bit of a struggle.
That's so crazy that would not be like add foot traffic. Like you would think that would add foot traffic.
Yeah, that's what we thought, but not all because the people that are interested in matcha and people that are interested in like high-end designer clothes are not always the same. But people,
I would have just seen the whole store pink and green,
and
I would have just only put out my pink and green clothes because you have those iconic green.
Yeah,
like what do you call it?
Matcha. Yeah, matcha.
I was gonna say, do you call it pistachio? Maybe you also need pistachio version.
No, but it's quite like interesting because you know, first of all, like there is like a huge crowd of people in front of our store, and when like people pass by, either they like want to run away from the crowd or either they just are so distracted by the people that they don't see what is going on around.
It's not your clothes, it's the stores. Like I've seen it. It's set up in a specific way. Like when I'm in your store, I don't even actually realize there's a coffee place there.
Yeah.
And when I'm there, I probably would, it's the same. But you've had some pretty iconic people wear your stuff already.
Well, actually, we're working on...
I'm about to come. I don't even know.
I'm working on like some pieces for Julia Fox. And
so aligned. I can't. Okay, tell me more.
So yeah, no, it's like she's like I'm like, you know, I'm not like really like a celebrity type of person. Like I don't really know what's going on out there. Like
I didn't know who Joe Rogan was. I love that. That's gonna kill your little Leo ego.
But I do think Julia Fox is super cool. And like if there is one person in the world that I want, actually there's two.
Okay.
It would be Julia Fox and Madonna. And so I'm, you know, like
so attainable. Yeah. Madonna is going to be obsessed with your stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's a matter of time. What are you doing with Julia Fox? Is it like something for her to launch or can you not talk about it? What can you tell me?
I made her a top that I hand crochet with a stainless steel jewelry wire.
I can't.
So it's like, it's so Julia.
Is it the one like the bra?
Yeah, it's like the bra halter like this with like the hooks in the middle. Like it's gonna be.
How long does it take you? Because she crochets metal, people. Like it's literally. I mean, what kind of sewing? Like, is it like a knitting? Tell me the needle.
Like it's a crochet needle.
Okay, like a regular crochet needle.
The regular crochet needle.
I know. It's a regular crochet. What color is it?
And the one I've been using is pink.
I knew it. I knew it.
The only pink object that
I know. Is it Hannah's influence? It's for sure Hannah's influence.
But yeah, it takes me like 3 weeks to crochet.
The whole outfit? The whole top?
Yeah.
But how long are you fucking doing it?
Like if I do it like 3-4 like hours a day.
If you mess up a size, is it easy to fix?
No, you can't go back.
That's crazy. Have you ever had a situation like where you had to start over?
No, because I'm like, and I do that with like everything that I make is like I do a little bit and I check on it.
Yeah.
And I do, you know, I'm always like doing like self quality control kind of, you know. That's so amazing. I'm always like I'm never going too far before it's too late.
Good. How would you feel though if one time that did happen? Like what if you were at the very end and you had to start over?
I feel like I would find a way to make it into something else, because actually when I started the first one of these crochet top,
Yeah.
I was crocheting. I was actually during the pandemic when I was in Morocco, and I was crocheting like so much because I didn't have much to do. Like my fingers started bleeding.
Can I see your fingers? I want to see your crochet fingers. Wait. Oh my God. I feel like you should pay. People should pay to do that on the weekends.
Yeah,
Add $20, you get to touch my
you owe me
finger.
$100.
Oh my God. I got a little okay. I feel like I'm touching
and when I started
iconic fingers. Okay.
When I started crocheting, it was gonna be a bag. And then halfway it became like a top. So I feel like, you make it work. You just go with the flow.
Has she fitted it yet?
No, I just finished all of her pieces yesterday.
Oh my God.
And I did a little video for her, to explain all of the pieces. So I made this top. I also did like a long dress. Well, I made this top with a matching skirt.
Right.
The skirt is basically like inspired, like it's a 2-panel skirt that has eyelets on both sides, and then chainmail like lacing through the eyelets.
Have I seen like a prototype of that? Do you have some? Is it special for her, or have I seen?
No, it's this one is a new one that I've made
For her.
It's not for her, but like it's a very new piece, and it's actually inspired from like the first piece I've ever made as a child when I was 4. I made like my own outfits, and
when you were 4, you made your own outfit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so I didn't have like access to any material, or like I didn't have any skills. So I developed this technique where I would like make holes on each side of the fabric that I wanted to put together, and cut long strips of the same material, and then lace it through to get to like put the pieces together. So it would be like that first outfit was like orange felt mini skirt that had like lacing through like on each side, and I made like a matching top.
Do you still have photos of that?
You know what? I asked my parents quite recently, and my mom told me she thinks my dad has it, and my dad told me he thinks my mom has it. So
probably I have it.
let me know if you find it.
I'll go through my records. So you started this when you were 4.
So yeah, 4. So I did that outfit when I was 4, and then I wanted to like use the same technique, but like with like material. Like, I have more skills, I have more material, and I wanted to do that like that new version.
It's so crazy because in true like Gemini fashion, I have so many questions and they go in so many different directions. But we, obviously I'm going to have to save a lot of these for a different date. But I just want to say that like from all the celebrities I could see, like Julia Fox is like iconic for this because she's so bold. Yeah. She's so daring. Like, I feel like she gets it.
She's so herself. Like,
she's so authentic.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for that. I think Madonna would go crazy. I mean, everyone who gets their hands on your stuff do you feel like you're at the beginning? Do you feel like you're at the middle? Or do you feel like you haven't even gotten to do you think of it like that? I feel like you haven't gotten to it.
Oh my God, I'm not even at 1%.
That's how
you know what I mean?
You're going to say that though when you're like 300 years old. And like everyone's wondering. So like, I feel like I'm not even at 1%.
Yeah.
Yet.
No, because like I was thinking about this morning. Like I tend to present myself as like a designer a little bit, but really I don't really like. I am a designer, like among other things, but I think that really I'm like more of an entrepreneur. Like this Helena Magdalena is gonna go to like much more than like clothing. It's gonna be like it's gonna grow to like like restaurants and like
really
furnitures and like members only clubs and like
does it come from design or entrepreneurship? Like when you're thinking of what ties it together, is it the design and the physical aspect? Like what is it?
I think it's like mostly the experience, because in all of that is like also like connection to people. Like this is the connection between all of them. And then like of course like for me designing is like designing clothing is like natural for me.
Yeah.
So that's where I went first.
That's so interesting.
But then like, designing a space that would be a restaurant, but like also connecting with people like ties into that. You know what I mean? So it's like every beat of what I want to do is a little bit of myself.
I mean, it's crazy.
But like the strong, yeah, but
empire.
Yeah,
we're creating an empire here.
That's it.
What's your next venture?
Okay, so the next venture would be.
God, look at this! This bitch has what she knows. It's the next venture.
The next venture will be actually to open with Paul too. We want to open
my goodness,
a coffee shop that sells maybe this word exists in English, épicerie. Like basically,
I've seen that word.
We would sell like French yummy food and like farm like cheeses from the farmers.
Okay.
Serve coffee and also have like one salad, one soup, one sandwich every day. And then like people from the neighborhood could come and like have their lunch, like have something super easy and like healthy and quick.
Do you think of yourself as like someone who really iconically manifests? Like you can manifest anything. Like what do you believe? Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Do you think that everyone has it?
I think that everyone can have it.
I agree.
But for me, it's like, and it's not even like, I realize that it's not even something that I do to manifest, but it's just something that like, sometimes I close my eyes and I feel what it feels to do the things that I want to do. And it makes, like, I feel it in my body as if it was already happening.
I feel that so much right now when you say that.
And sometimes it's like, oh my God, like, I want to do this right now and this right now. And it feels like, I'm like uncontrollable in like all the things I want to do. But then I just like closing my eyes and feeling that it's going to happen. But like, that is not the time right now.
Oh my God. Hearing you say that, by the way, like what you just said, just literally just changed my entire perspective. Because I want to tell you something. I feel this way in many ways, but I think until you just said that right now, I found it as like a hindrance. I have so many, you know me, I have so many ideas. I feel like I'm like a jack of all trades, master of none. I could do this and then I start doing this and then I stop and then I just don't do it. Like the reason I showed up today was because you're not just going to make 2 episodes. You're not going to start and then not continue this time. Because I used to see it as like I'm being pulled and I have so much in me that I have to do it all. So I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
You take it somewhere else. You give it space. Like how do I fix that? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm asking?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think it's like being aware that you can do all of this and just like know that you can't do all of this at once. So just like doing it in order. And, you know, like, just like it's about making a choice of what you want to like put first and also what is going to serve the rest. For me, it's not even like, it was not even a choice. It was just like literally like, I made my own clothes since I was 4. So like, it was
what
not even
are you gonna do?
It was not even a question. I just like made clothes. But I always knew that's not like the only thing I want to do. Like I do want to make clothes and design clothes for the rest of my life. And because there is so many other things that I want to do, if I don't do all of these other things, I'm not gonna be interested in making clothes for the rest of my life because I'm gonna be pulled by all the other things that I want to do.
Okay.
So I feel like for me, doing all the things that I want to do, but in time, is like.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
No, I think I need to stop. Sometimes I think that like all my gifts are like, I'm like, oh, I'm so burdened by all my gifts, which is such a fucked up thing to say. Like we have gifts. Like the people watching this have gifts. I know that you guys are not here by chance. Like we are not attracting just anyone. Like the people who are here now, who are with us growing on whatever journey I'm creating. I feel like I started this podcast and now it's not about me anymore. And I've only this is my 3rd episode, but I have just given something life. And the difference is before I've given things life, but then because I was self-deprecating, I cut their lives too short. And I thought it was such a selfish thing. I'm like, it's about me and I'm not feeling it. It's like, you don't know, now you owe it.
Yeah.
Now you fucking owe it. And I owe it to show up. Today was really hard for me to show up because I had a crazy, crazy 48 hours with my kids. Like a crazy, and my husband was like, you're showing up. And I'm like, I am showing up. I'm going to take the time because it's not about us. And when you talk about these branching and doing it and like, I'm like that, she gets it. She knows that do you feel like it's not about you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's like, it was about me at first because like I made clothes because I needed to feel a certain way, but like now I do, like I feel that way and I just need other people to feel this way because I know like a lot of other people need it, you know?
Yeah, and I feel that because I've been really isolated recently. I've been feeling for 3-4 years, I've been feeling really weird. I've been feeling like really weird in my own skin. I'm not being received well, which is a new thing for me. Like I walk into a room and everyone wants to be around me. Not the last 3 to 4 years. Like I've been like lonely. And it's not that people don't want to spend time. Like I've had people ask me to hang out like in Miami and I'm like you in the sense where like if it's not aligned, I won't do it. I would rather be alone for 3 years than go out with people I don't connect with.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that a lot. And then it came to a point where I'm like, I have stuff to say. It's here and there are people who need to hear it. It made me lonely to get to this chair. And that's how I feel. And I just, first of all, I want to say, I really appreciate you coming here today.
I had so much fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you feel good? Am I doing a good job?
Oh my God. I
Give me a compliment.
No, it's insane because like
validation.
I came here like thinking like, wow, like this type of thing is really not my thing. I'm gonna do it because it's Lee and like I love Lee and it's just like
I thought you were gonna cancel. Were you gonna cancel at one point?
No, I never thought I would.
Oh, I thought you were.
I don't do that.
I was like, I need a backup plan. She's not answering my calls. Gabby's like, she's showing up. I'm like, really? Okay, yeah.
So like, you know, I had a little bit of anxiety and like I was really wondering if I was at my place. I was gonna be at my place. But oh my God, I had so much fun. You're like best conversation we've ever had.
I know, because I'm a show pony. Put a fucking camera on me. I'll have sex the best I've ever had. Like sometimes I'm like, I get lazy in bed. I'm like, if there was a camera, if there was a Sometimes I'm like, maybe we should film. Did you film yourself? Okay, that's a different conversation. I feel like you film yourself for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
what? You probably like mirrors on a ceiling. Is that your thing?
I was actually thinking yesterday. Yesterday, I was thinking I want to put a mirror on my son.
Are you lying?
No, I swear.
It came to me.
I swear to God.
One time, last anecdote, one time we were at this hotel that is not aligned with me. When Gabby's not a partier. I kind of am, but he made me like not kind of. And we went to the SLS. Do you know the SLS hotel in like Miami? Whatever. We go in, the whole hotel's like a party hotel. We go into our hotel room. There are mirrors all over the ceiling. And like the wallpaper was so, I actually had to get like refunded. I was like, you need to refund me. And they're like, for what? I'm like, the energy in this room, like the amount of cum on the walls, like I can't do a mirror. I feel like Gabby likes a mirror on a ceiling, but please, I love you, Gabby. I don't know. Don't get mad at me. Hang up. You know what you signed up for when you married me. Are there any messages that you like feel called to leave the people with us right now?
No, but there's actually something that I wanted to tell you about what.
Oh shit! Oh my God!
About like the subject that we just had right before about you, like what you're called to do and like that you don't sometimes you don't really know where to put your energy and you kind of put it everywhere and then it ends up nowhere because it's just like.
And then I feel like and then I feel sometimes. Have you heard of this? Like do you know this concept where like not intuition, an inspiration will come to you, but if you don't take it, it's going to go somewhere else. And I swear to God, I had that with Billie Eilish. I had a song I wrote that was so similar to Billie Eilish's song. And I was like, I wish I could make this happen. And like 3 weeks later, Ocean Eyes came out. And I was like, do you feel like that's like, do you know what, have you ever had that?
Yeah. No, I never had that this experience, but like, I do believe that.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me, what's your message?
But no, what I was gonna say is like I feel, and I was also thinking about this on my way here.
Okay,
it's like you're strong, like you know, my voice is like making clothes. You is like your actual voice, and there's so much that you can do with this. You know what I mean? So it does make sense that sometimes you don't really know how to utilize because there's you have so many options.
Yeah.
But like. You having like your podcast is actually feels like super right.
It does
because it's just like you can take it wherever you want. You know what I mean? Like when you sing, like it's just you have to. There is codes and rules, and like.
What do you mean by that? What codes and rules? I mean, I know what you mean, and I agree with you. But what do you mean?
It needs to sound good, and you need to have like chorus. Like I don't know them, but like you know what I mean. Okay. Like it needs to like have a certain. Like format.
Okay.
And I feel like here you can kind of do whatever. Like whatever you want. You know what I mean? And talk about whatever you want, do whatever you want. You can start singing right now if you want to.
I thought about that. No, I love that. And I appreciate that. And I know I should be more, I'm not focused on the numbers right now. Now I'm as in like how many people are showing up. I actually don't even know how to know how. Chris, can you show me how to know how many people listen? I only know about Twitter because it's in your face. So like last week it was like 30,000 and I think it's probably more since then, but also 6 on YouTube. So like the ones with the numbers, but I'm trying to not focus on that this time. But you know, that's why I love you. Because I said to you on the phone, it's not about the followers. And you said, yeah, but it is. You said to me, but it is. And that changed. I'm like, Lee, it's not about you anymore. Stop being so fucking selfish. And like, I have to tell you, I think I'm a good person, or at least I used to. Sometimes I talk to you and I don't think I'm a good person anymore. You are genuine because like you are such a good person. Like, and it doesn't come from a place, you're like, okay. It doesn't come from a place, like sometimes I feel self-righteous. I'm like, I really care about them because I do care. You know me, I have a big heart. Like I'm not making shit up. But sometimes I like want to be the savior or I want to be the one that did it. I want to be like, I really want to adopt a kid and like make their life better. But like, am I adopting him or for me? Yeah. But sometimes you'll say something and Gabby does this too. I used to think he was really selfish, like a whole different conversation. I have to bring him on back for this. Mm-hmm. You're like, you understand inherently that we are all connected. And I'm an only child. It took me years to figure, I'm like, I'm okay being alone. And I isolate myself. If they don't get it, they're mediocre. They don't get it. But like, no, they're not. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I can't hang out with her. She's like mediocre. Yeah. And then God like fucks with me. He's like, now I'm going to make you look mediocre. You're going to gain 30 pounds and nobody's going to talk to you for that reason. Like, I feel like that's happening sometimes. Does that make sense? And that not to that extreme. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But you are genuinely the best person. And I think that, and it's not because you're not trying to like be there for everyone in ways that you show, you care for your glass is like not even half full, it's full. Yeah. And that's how you pour to other people. Has it always been like that? No, but it's funny that I feel like it's kind of a subject right now because, for example, like I see people around me. I feel like what you were saying is like a little bit of like people being people pleasers, a little bit. Yes. And like not doing things for the right reasons. And it's not even like they're doing it because they're forgetting themselves and they are doing it for the other person. It's like they're doing it because they want the person to feel a certain way about themselves. So it's like not even about like being nice. Person? If I feel this sometimes. I honestly, like everyone has that to a certain level. But that is something that I have always bothered me. And I have like, let's say like close people around me that have this type of behavior. Do you point it out? And the funny thing is that they point out that I don't make people like always comfortable. Like they will like really, like not in terms of comfortable, but like I tend to say what I want, even if like for some people it might be like uncomfortable. Okay, I see what you're saying. But like I rather say like this is what I want. Do you want the same thing? And then we can get there together. Or if you don't, like, you gotta learn to say no. But like, I don't want to be in a world where like people have to like try to guess what other people want and then act in that certain way. And then no one really learns to have their own boundaries. Yeah. Because everyone's trying to second guess everyone. And like, no, I want to say like where I'm at, what I want. And then if that's something that is okay with you, then like we can move forward. You know what I mean? No, I love that. I think that I do have that now. I think I've grown into that. I also am very good at saying no. Like you're asking me a question. No. No, I get that. And that's definitely something to learn. Like, no, I've evolved into that. I do have that other tendency. I think it is a cancer thing. It is. We really want the people that we love to know how much we love them. And actually, sometimes it can be very overbearing. Yeah. I don't think it's like that. I think Hannah is like a healthy cancer. But like, I think with me, sometimes I'm like too much like, are you okay? How are you? And then I have to tell myself, stop. They're not fucking answering. They don't want you to. They'll tell you. They'll summon you if they want to. So I do get what you're saying. Maybe I'm not such a bad person after all. I'm lovely. You're amazing. I am. Keep going. But I have to be honest. I don't care about the people I don't care about. But I do care about humanity. It's a weird thing. Yeah. The people I care about, I care too much for. There's a balance. I love the way you are. And I'm here. I'm here for the fucking followers. I am. I'm here for them. I am. I'm here for the people. I'm here for the fucking followers. I am nothing without you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for putting your thank you for putting your trust in me. I think you trust me.
Absolutely.
I think you
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
No, and it's like you trust me because you wouldn't be here otherwise. You really wouldn't. And I feel that I want to make sure that I'm always being trustworthy to the people who come here and the people listening. You know? So I love you.
And I also wanted to add about like the
endometriosis. Let's go there.
Oh, I don't think we need to go there today.
No, but although like I'm getting my period soon, so it's gonna start really fucking hurting for 3 weeks. I don't know how yours is, but yeah. What do you want to go? Where do you want to go? We can go periods.
I mean, it is about the followers, but it's also like about you being your, staying yourself. You're not gonna. It's also it links to like the people pleasing thing and whatever. It's like you're gonna be yourself, but like knowing that you're being yourself brings something to others.
It must, because I'm at a place in my life now where I don't know how to be anything else. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
To try. I'm up from 5 a.m. last night. We were up all night. Mika was throwing up.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, Gabby was up all night. I was sleeping. I didn't even know she threw up, which makes me feel like a shitty mom. Different conversation. But yeah, I think that's where motherhood took me. I'm too tired that I'm really efficient now, which can be like rude.
Yeah, you just put your energy where it needs to be.
Yeah. I'm like, are you doing this? Yes or no? If not, like I gotta move on.
Yeah.
Sorry. And it's not so nice. But I'm at a place in my life.
Being nice is overrated.
Being nice is not. I always say being kind is not being nice.
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
not the same thing. You can be nice and be kind sometimes, but sometimes you have to not be nice to be kind.
And not being nice doesn't mean being mean. It means just like
I like to be mean sometimes. See, I love the drama. You know, Hannah and I wish next time she's coming, I'm bringing Hannah on her own with her fucking aquarium. But we bond over the fucking housewives, and like this is. You know what I'm saying? And I miss having a group. I haven't had like a group of like 7 girlfriends that have like since high school. Like, or no, that's a lie. I've had since I was like 29 till 28 because it was in Israel too. But I love having that. And I also love the petty shit. I love petty drama. I think it gives you fucking life. Does that make me a shitty person? Why do I love petty drama?
No, you should actually hang out with Hannah and all of her friends. I won't come. But
oh, you hate it? I won't come. Did you go to the birthdays this weekend?
No. I love her friends. But like, the thought of like being in a group of women talking about the housewives, I'm like,
Have you tried to watch any?
I did see like a quarter of an episode. And
which one? I don't even know.
Like, I have no idea. But they were on a beach and like some women were like betraying the others.
I love it all, but I don't love it because in my life
I really don't want to see any of that. Like
Gabby gets like mad. I actually stopped watching recently, which I think means I'm happier in my life. But I was like, it was all I wanted to do was get on the show. Now, like I think if they called, I'd probably say yes. But no, I probably would say no because they're all trying to get them divorced. And I think I like petty drama because it means there's growth. I think in like real relationships, like. Listen, I love a little drama. I love a little judgment. Yeah. Like, I'm a girl. What do you want me to do? Like, it's like, I can pretend that we're evolved. But like, I love it. But I also, when it push comes to shove, like, the judgment of if someone's being themselves, there's no judgment. It's like being petty when they're not being themselves. I'll be like, petty, like, that's not you. That's not you. Bitch, move the table. Housewives in New Jersey. That was like a shout out to them. I actually have to tell you about the connection with this podcast, but I could tell you off camera or next time.
You won't know.
You won't know. Anything else we got to cover? Like any other messages for the fans? What does your fan look like? What's the demographic? Are you surprised by the demographic?
Oh, I'm constantly surprised.
Is anyone really fucking basic in your demographic? And does that insult you?
I think I have a lot of like women that come to me and they're like, they feel like they're a little bit basic and like, no, they present themselves as being basic, but like all of a sudden it feels like they're not like who they are in the outside, and like they come to me and they're like, I need to
liberation.
Yeah, I need to
be liberated,
to show who I am on the outside and makes me like,
Isn't it amazing how sometimes I feel like in Miami when I'm momming, I look so, but then people talk to me and they're like, something's off. They know that I'm not like them, and it's you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, I'm not like you, and they're like, I know. And they're like, and we can't be around you because you're going to be bored with us, but go set yourself free. And I'm like, I'm going to the podcast studio.
I mean, also it's not the same like way of expressing yourself for everyone, like for some like, yeah, it's just like.
I really do have a last question. I promise this is the last question because you just got me. I am convinced, and I think this comes, the signs. I always talk about signs. Hannah knows the signs. Virgo, do you know like what that represents?
Not really. I don't think I have that many Virgo in my life.
You probably, it's interesting because Virgo and Gemini are the only two signs that are represented by Mercury, which is the ability to communicate, but like such a different sign. Like Virgo and Gemini is totally different. Virgo is a little more like manipulative in some ways, but people would say that about Gemini. But whatever, I have a Virgo rising, and Virgo is like this. Like that's why I'm very regimented, which you wouldn't know about me. Just by meeting me, you would think I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this has to be this way at this time, and it's like crazy. Like I can't let go.
Yeah.
But in my mind, until I have this thing, and it's not an eating. It sounds like an eating disorder. It's not. It's actually something nuanced. I'm like, I know what this is going a little extreme. But in the way of like a trans person, they don't feel like they're in their body. Okay. And that's an extreme version because they feel like they need to undergo surgery.
Yeah.
I don't feel that I need to. I know I'm a heterosexual female, or maybe a little lesbian, whatever. I love a puss. No, I'm just kidding.
Still working on it.
Working on it, honey. After this, me, you, and Chris. I'll show you, dykes. No, I'm kidding. I love that word. It's such an awful word, but I love it. It's like liberating to say it to a lesbian. Dykes. No, I'm kidding. Is it like a mean word?
I mean,
whatever it is, whatever. Was the conversation going? Oh, wait, what? I literally was just, oh yeah. In my mind, I look a specific way, and until I look that way again, and she's very skinny in my head. Her hair is a certain length. And unless I look like that,
you don't feel yourself.
I don't feel myself. And it's not an eating disorder. I eat well. I'm happy. I've been overeating because I was just pregnant. When you're pregnant, you overeat. I have to like cut it down now because I'm not. But like I bought all this beautiful stuff from you. I also have gifts that you've given me and Mika. And all I want to do is wear. And it works on every body. But I don't want to be that body wearing it. In my mind, it's fashion. I'm like, it's old school, the way of thinking, old school fashion before like body positivity.
Yeah.
What do I do?
But
I won't change.
It's all old school. I think there's a lot of women that feels this way.
What's your
but
message?
the fun, like I've known you for like 6 years.
You've only seen me like this.
I've never seen you change,
But that's not true. Look at pictures of us from Morocco. You probably didn't even pay attention because like I feel like you're like me, and when you know someone, you just look at the soul. Like also judge the outfit, but like look at the soul. I'm judging everyone. No, I was looking at pictures. I was like twig. I was a twig. But I think what it is about me is that people don't really notice the looks. They notice the personality. So it doesn't really matter what I look like. But in my head, it's so.
And do you feel like it affects your personality when you don't feel yourself? Or
100 fucking... I feel like the biggest loser right now.
Wow.
Isn't that fucked up? I feel not worthy. Like I said a joke to because I'm always joking. When you're super hot and skinny, like everyone's laughing at your jokes. When you're like me, I'm like this lady, this mid-30s lady is saying an awkward joke about sex in the fucking grocery store, take your kids away. Like that's how I feel. And it's really hard.
Yeah.
I don't feel worthy of being around my friends that I used to be around. I like hide. Wow. And it's, we're working on it. I know it's not really true, but a part of me is like, you need to feel good even without looking this way. But then a part of me is like, you know what?
If I
can wait.
Yeah, if you want
something change,
if you want, there's no obligation to be any shape or form. But if you want something, just go get it.
Yeah. So I'm eating a meal a day.
It's actually apparently
good for you.
Apparently, it's pretty good for you.
I took it the last 4 days. I feel good. It doesn't feel unhealthy. Oh my God. So it's really hard to intermittent fast when you have kids because you're up from 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I've been pushing myself. It's not I feel good. So I yesterday till like at 12, so I allow myself to eat what I want to eat. And generally it's a hybrid. It's not like pizza and like fucking fried chicken. But like if I want to eat a little pizza, I also love broccolini. So it'll be like yesterday was the borscht with those like fried pancakes. Because it was good. And I had borscht and it was balanced. And then for dinner, I had like pomegranate seeds because I really wasn't hungry. Your body's used to eating.
the more you fill yourself up, the more.
Exactly. But intuitive eating is eating when your body's hungry.
Yeah.
And my natural state is not to do that. It's just, food is comforting and I'm grateful for the comforts of food. Because when you're really down, those comforts are grateful. And I'm not like an obese woman. I'm like, I'm talking like, oh, the comforts of like chicken. I'm like, sometimes you want, but like when I was pregnant, I knew I was pregnant because I don't eat fried chicken. I wanted Popeyes at 9 a.m. I was like, get me a pregnancy test right now. And I was like, I just had 7 chicken thighs. I was pregnant, turns out. But yeah, so I want to know, you agree that that's not a disorder, right? Is that like, what would you say to that? Like
I mean,
what do you say to that?
as long as like, I feel like as long as you like listen to your body and like I don't exactly know what you're eating, but if you're eating if you're eating like super healthy and if you're eating super healthy and super balanced like twice a day, you're not gonna be hungry and you're gonna lose weight.
I agree.
So
like my natural is like
I eat like 6 times a day.
It depends on the time of year. It depends. There are seasons for everything. When I was vegan, being vegan was the right thing.
Yeah.
Now it's not, which makes me so sad.
Yeah.
It makes me so sad. I hope it's not forever. I hope there's a time and place for my body where being vegan is the right thing again. But now when I do it, I can't sustain.
Yeah.
And it makes me so sad.
And you're able to see that because you're listening to your body. So it's a good compass to understand that if for your goals, you're going to be able to listen to your body too.
And that's our weight advice. Don't vomit. Eat once a day. I'm just kidding. This isn't funny. I'm sorry, guys. If you're struggling with an eating disorder, call the number here. Right here. Can you put a number? Chris, like, I can't put a number there. Call the number here if you or someone you know. I'm going to give you Chris's number. Call Chris. Chris. First of all, special thanks to Chris. I'm in a studio in New York that is not my comfort zone. 3rd episode, 2 episodes in one. But this is great. Like, I feel like I wish that I lived here because me and Chris are kikiing.
We're so glad to have had you both.
I love you, Chris. Did you feel good about Chris?
I love Chris.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I think we got everything out.
Thank you for having us. Or having me, I guess.
You get a special baby. Thank you so much for being my first non-related to me guest. I love you. May everyone be as sparkling as you are when they show up. Not everyone's getting sparkling water. Okay, you guys might get
I'm
like
taking the bottle.
No, yeah, I know. I knew that was good for you, and I really want I want you to feel good. So I love you. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to have you on next time. I can't wait for Zendaya to wear your dress that I know she needs to wear. Like I saw that dress and I was like, Zendaya needs to. Is it Zendaya? Zendaya, Chris. Okay.
Is Zendaya her name or what are you talking about?
Zendaya?
No, I know who Zendaya is.
Oh, what? No, I'm saying, is it pronounced Zendaya or Zendaya? I think it's Zendaya.
I have no idea.
But remember when I walked in, I'm like, Zendaya needs to wear the fucking dress. And you're like, that's so weird. Because I also thought, do you remember saying that? Should I cut this part out?
No.
Oh, no, I don't want to like overstep.
So funny.
I love a name drop. I'll name drop anyone. Okay. Love you so much. And I'll see you next time, baby.
Bisous.
Bisous. Make sure to catch us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to like and subscribe.